Hey, ladies and gents, it's Zem back, and we are starting the Hellborn grind. Heliborne grind, not the Hellborn, the Heliborne grind. This game, I started playing in its, essentially the beta, I guess you'd call it, on the Steam open access, early open access, I guess. Of course, that's when the tech trees were completely full. And I haven't really been back to it in a while, so I'm really only on, I do believe the Series 2, which is of these aircraft. Currently I'm flying the Yak 24. And this game is, there is a PvP. This is a co-op, essentially players versus environment. And you have kind of three types of aircraft. You have these large transports that carry, a large number of troops. You see 30 up here in the left-hand corner. Then you'll have an attack aircraft, and then of course you'll have kind of a scout / attack aircraft. They all have, most of them all have some sort of cannon or machine gun on them, and some of them are mounted with rockets and whatnot. And this game starts roughly about around the 1950s, the early 1950s. You'll see some Korea era helicopters, and they go all the way up into the modern ones. You got the Apache and whatnot. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of different, I think over 50 of them, I think, helicopters. And this is a grinder. You complete these missions and you earn essentially little stars, I guess you'd call them, XP or whatever. And as you complete them, you build up more, and that unlocks more upgrades, more helicopters, and you can move on up the ranks. So in this game, right off the bat here, I cap the number 2 objective, and now I'm going back to number 1. The blue objectives 4 and 5 are actually held by the enemy. 3 is still open, so what you can see me here is I'm still kind of working on this. Like I said, it's been a while since I played it, so. And the controls on these are not always the easy. They're not always the easiest to jump back into this here. So now, I started out on a relatively, like I said, co-op game where I'm not going to be put up against human players right away until I get a little bit of get back into the game a little bit here. So I'm going to pull in here on the next landing objective, and when you do is you'll notice here as I land, I'll start dropping off troops. You see my troops disembark. And they start moving out over here into the bunkers and taking the different anti-aircraft guns and all that kind of stuff. So they've captured those points. So now I've taken 1 and 2. I just had somebody join me here in the co-op battle here. He's on my team, and we're going to be trying to work these targets over slowly but surely. So what makes this different, and I jumped into here just not quite knowing what I was going to get into and what had changed and what that stuff and whatnot. Right there, you see me firing my door gunner, which is kind of cool because you can actually shoot out whenever these planes have door gunners, you can do that. So now I'm taking flak from something over here to my left that I can't see. With all this cover, this is supposed to be Vietnam, and still kind of wonky on the controls as you see me crash into the side of the mountain here. So now this is a little bit, this isn't quite that big sausage blimp in the air. This thing is speedy, quick. I got 16 rockets and 250 rounds on my machine gun. I also have the ability to call in mortar strikes if I had, put down mortar strike or put down mortar crews. I could call them in here. So I start out here, drop a few rockets in here, knock out that base. Now that base is ready for me to capture it. Now I still have 2 rockets left and 250 rounds of ammunition. The little yellow dots on the bottom down here are my troops, and you'll see boats racing around on the water. If they're orange, they're mine. If they're blue, the enemy. So now I'm going to start looking here, and I'm going to see what I can do about number 4. This is part of using the terrain, working around. So now there's some blue dots right there. Those are enemy soldiers on the ground. I'm going to try to miss them completely with my rockets. Give me a break, guys, alright? So I flip the rack back around here, bring up my 7.62 millimeter machine gun, and I'm going to start, you'll see a boat here off to my right. We're going to take a quick pass at these guys and see if I can knock them off no go. So I have a my friendly ally that just spawned into game here. He's helping me out here. So now I got a couple blue guys up here on that mountain range, and they're not easy to hit because you really can't see them. You know, and as you get closer to them, you'll see what I'm talking about. And unfortunately, there's a blue boat, 2 blue boats, and I don't want to get in their crosshairs because they will wreck my shit. So I missed that blue soldier once again. Now I picked him up. Yeah, we're gonna see. Ah, shit! When did they get rockets? Good to know. So apparently they have RPGs now. So the random poor guy there with his AK-47 that was firing, he had a rocket. Yeah, rocket man. Jesus Christ. Alright, so we're back here. Now we've cleared 3, 4, and 5, so these objectives are ready for me to drop soldiers in on here, and that's what you're going to see me do here. And surprisingly, this is not an easy, you know, it takes a little bit of getting used to the controls to bring one of these helicopters down. You know, you got your left and right pitch, you got your forward pitch, your rear pitch, and then of course the up and down. So yeah, there's a little bit of finesse, a little bit of control, and for example, this thing is, you know, as long as a school bus, so it's not always the easiest to land on these tight pads. So drop in here, and I'm having, for some reason, I'm having a little difficulty with that the playback. I don't know if this is because this was a recording or what, but that's all right. We're back up and running. I got 26 troops left, and 2 more possible objectives that I can take, and that's what I'm headed for. So, pulling up over here. You know, on this thing, they really don't give you much altitude on this. You know, they just give you enough altitude that you're able to go up and over the mountains. Other than that, that's pretty much the extent of your altitude performance on here. And of course, this is still early in this game. This is an indie game by a company known as JetCat. I think that's right. Yeah, JetCat. This was their first attempt at a video game. Personally, yeah, I think this game was going to would have a lot of potential, or might have a lot of potential. I mean, depending on how many people get into the helicopter genre. There's very few games out here with the helicopters, and they did a really nice job. I mean, these helicopters look awesome. You look at the water spray there from the rotor blades. You know, it doesn't look bad, and the gameplay is, for the most part, you know, pretty fun. It's gonna, I think, unless something changes, it probably will get a little boring. I mean, unless there's a bunch more players that are going to eventually come on here. Right now, I think when I was on here, there was about 50 players on the U.S. Central server. The European didn't have many on either. When I checked, you can jump over to the EU server and play on that. So yeah, but it's still, you know, it's still a relatively new game, and this is their first attempt at it. And I do enjoy the game. You know, it's something different, other than planes, tanks, and warships that we have a tendency to gravitate to. So now, hey, we got helicopters. Yeah, so yeah, we're back over here again here. Now I got one more objective to cap, which is up on the hill here. I'm going to swing back around here, and I'm going to start up onto that objective. And that's about the time. Yeah, okay, there is a crap ton of baddies over here. I'm going to see if I can find anything. And since they're not showing up as blue, I have no real idea where they're coming from. And they wreck my shit. Oh, did they wreck my shit. I'm assuming since that's a village there, yeah, that's a no-go zone. But I'm gonna go there again. So, pick back up. We're off. And you know, on this little pauses you're seeing here in the game, and you'll hear the music kind of cutting in and out. That's actually not the gameplay. The gameplay runs very smooth. I think it has a little to do with some of the recording that I was doing with it as I was playing the game. So, you know, each one of these helicopters have slightly different. This one is more rockets, more ammunition for the machine gun, and it carries a fair amount of troops. You know, you're going to see kind of a flip-flop of aircraft in these early helicopters. All have this. They have a fair amount of rockets. They have a fair amount of machine guns, and they can carry crew. So, yeah, can't see the baddies. We're going to dive over the hill. What can I say, guys? I get wrecked. Uh, these guys up to the north here, you'll see the little red on the mini map over here. You'll see the little blocks that'll light up as orange. The whole block will turn orange. That means that there's an enemy in that block, whether it's troops or boats or whatever. And that's what those two guys are doing right now, hunting down those things. As they kill them, it increases our... So we have 12 objectives complete. We're at 5 right now. So once you complete the full 12 objectives, of course, the more stars or XP you get. You see in the far right-hand corner, you'll see like 32 stars way up in the top corner up there. Yeah, that's what we are going for. That's what we're going to use to unlock more equipment and more and newer helicopters. So drop a few in on him. Get a little too far up. I was going to try to play the sneaky, pokey, shooty. Didn't work out. There was way more blue there than I thought. I would thought there was just going to be the 2 AA mounts that you typically find on these objectives, but apparently that's got 3 and a crap ton of blue baddies on the ground with AK-47s pummeling my shit. So, pick back up the bus, and we're with the school bus here. No rockets, just machine guns, but it does carry, you know, a huge number of troops at 30. So we're going to pull on over in here, and we're going to try to take this objective one more time. I got help this time. Currently a allied player. This is actually a human player that's coming in. Hopefully he's going to give me a little bit of hand here and see if we can do. So I'm going to come back over the top. He turned around, went the other direction, and critical damage. No go. I should learn by now, you really do need rockets to take out these. The machine guns take just way too long to finish off an objective. So, let's give it another try. We got 24 rockets, 900 rounds of machine guns. The machine guns will actually reload themselves in flight if you use them up. However, the rockets won't. You have to fly back to this base right here to rearm and repair your helicopter, and you'll see me do that here. We're going to push on over back to number 3. I got Geezer 58. He's pushed his way up in here, and he's actually doing the same thing we're doing. We're going to attack this base together. He's smoking like crazy. He's not doing so hot. Finish off that AA. He finishes off Geezer, and I'm able to finish them off. But unfortunately, I go to the wrong side of the island, and fuck, everybody there must have a gun. It's getting my shit kicked in. Yeah, so I'm down to 10% health. I have 15 rockets left and 900 rounds, but 15% with 10% of my health, there's not a whole lot I can do here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just pull up here real nice, like so. Now they're down on the bottom. I shouldn't have a problem, right? The objective's on top of the hill. I'm gonna slide in here as low as I can, try to stay out of their view range or their view, and hopefully pull in here and land my helicopter. But of course, there's some random dude over here in the bushes, hanging out, waiting to shoot my ass. And I'm going to just, I don't want to rush this. I don't want to crash when I land either. So I drop my aircraft, my troops off. We secure the objective, and I'm still getting shot at. Luckily, nothing's really hit me here, but I can hear him. Oh, okay. Geezer's getting the shit shot out of him. His school bus is on fire. He went over there. He went over the wrong edge. Don't go over there, Geezer. Bad things happen. That's a bad neighborhood over there. Fuck it. We're out of here. So you can see the flashes and, of course, the tracers of whatever's shooting at you. And that's kind of the hard part about this game, is trying to find out who's shooting at you and what is shooting at you. You can see the tracers, but you can't really ever see the guy that the person actually firing. Sometimes they'll show up as a blue marker. Sometimes they don't. You just get a vague shape, and you have to follow tracers to finish it off. So I'm going to pull back over here. You know, I got a 50 cal and 15 rockets, but with 10 health, it's not going to do me a lot of good. So I'm going to run here into base here and pick up some more rockets and try to repair my aircraft. You know, and the helicopter's really nice. You can, of course, go all the way around the helicopter and look it over and stuff, and it's a very nice looking helicopters. The maps are very cool. I just can't complain about it. That part of the game, the look, the feel of it, you know, the flight characteristics of the helicopters are fun. However, unfortunately, once again with the player population, I think this game would be a whole lot of fun in PvP, but unfortunately, it's not always the best. It's not always the easiest to get into a PvP game. You see me flip out helicopters. I don't need transports anymore. Now I need more along the lines of attack helicopters, and that's what I'm doing. I flipped over the KA-18, which is highly maneuverable little bugger. This thing just, yeah, up and over things, and so quick, so fast. Same way with this turning. So now you see me heading toward the 2 square blocks that are painted orange. Those are the indication that there's enemy troops there or enemy ships. And the way they're moving, I'm guessing that's probably going to be some ships. You'll see keep moving a little. I don't have any mortars available. Oh, there they are, 2 blue ships. We're going to try to get in behind them here. And you can see every time that thing flashes, those are actually hits. So you'll see me, we'll hit. Yeah, we'll fly on through, and we're going to flip around here. So, ooh, they got some tough AA on that thing. Flip back around. There we go. Fuck it. We're gonna switch to rockets. They do a much better, nicer job here. Yeah. There you go, buddy. Eat it. Eat it. He dead. He real dead. So we're at 9 of 12 objectives. You're gonna see me here pump off my the rest of my shells so I can reload. Once you do, like I said, once you empty your machine gun clip, the actual, you know, it'll actually reload them. Of course, the rockets won't, so I'm going to have to go all the way back to the spawn to pick up more rockets. But fuck it, it ain't worth the time and effort. We're at 9 of 12 right now, and I'm just going to hunt for some blue baddies. Come around the corner here. So I'm not terribly sure if it's a ship or if there's actually bad ground troops up on top of this little mountain here. So I'm going to circle around the sides of it here just to make sure that it's not a ship, and see if I can locate what exactly it is. So flip it back around, come up over the top here. Interesting. I'm guessing that this is probably... Oh, there they are. And we'll take a spin at them. Nothing. Didn't hit anything. Back out of here. Oh! Just grazed it. Didn't even really hit it. Just kissed it. Just kissed the side of it. So back over here, and we're gonna take some machine gun fire here. We'll finish off one, and it's about that time I forget that there's another fucking rocket. Oh, I tried. I really did. So we've pretty much got all the objectives. We're sitting at 11 of 12. We have to kill one more. We'll have to kill probably one more set of boats or some blue soldiers to finish off. So there's 2 more just popped up on the bottom, locations of the enemy units. So we're going to fly on down there, finish that off for the win. And then right now I'm sitting at about 70 stars, 70 XP, and that's what I'll use later, or like I said, later on to upgrade my helicopters and or unlock the next set. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be bringing more of these games as I grind this game out to get the top tiers. So we'll talk to you guys later.